Hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written in Melanin channel. Wherever this day may have found you, I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and I write books about Black girls who aren't all that nice, and this is a writing update. I figured I would try something a little bit different this time, and so here I am with a voiceover as I show you guys a little bit what my day is like. The first thing that I had to do this day was an interview with an author, Alima Omatoni, who is the author of Everyone's Thinking It. She will be on the podcast later, but this is me just prepping to interview her. I got her book on the Melanin library so that I would have the correct links, and then I started, drawing up questions to ask her. It was a really great conversation, so I'm glad that I got to prepare the questions. We went through most of them, but she's a really great conversationalist, so we ended up talking a lot more. I also went through her Instagram just to kind of get a feel of what kind of person she is, and she has a really aesthetic Instagram, so I definitely recommend that you guys check it out if you get the chance. I also recommend that you guys check out her book, Everyone's Thinking It, because although I could only read the first chapter before I had my interview with her, the first chapter really did impress me, just with her writing style and the way she introduced the characters and the way that she painted the picture of who they were from the very beginning and gave a very clear vibe of who the characters were. I really enjoyed it, and getting to actually speak with her about the things that she intentionally included in the story and how her journey was and how we went from an idea to an actual finished product was really impressive. I think it's definitely worth giving a chance from what I've read, although, I am always very quick to say that I have not read the book, and I stand by that here. I have not read the book. I've only read the first chapter, but if you like young adult, if you like mystery, talking to Alima made it very clear that this book is meant to cover a lot of things, so it's not a book that fits into one neat little genre, and I actually kind of like that because there is so much to the world and to living, and it happens all at one time, and we spoke about that on the podcast about how life happens all at once, and so she wanted to kind of touch on that with her book as well. So I am not going to spoil the conversation, just know that it was a great one, and I think that if you are into young adult fiction at all, that you should definitely consider looking into Everyone's Thinking It. Hey you guys, so this is a quick update for everything that's been happening today. It has been a super busy day. Normally my days are not this busy, but I have had 2 interviews for the podcast, which I'm really excited about. So hopefully you guys are subscribed to the podcast and you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss when those go live. But I had 2 really amazing conversations with 2 authors who are traditionally published in different ways. And one writes contemporary YA and one writes contemporary adult, and it was very interesting to just have conversations with them, and having them back to back, it kind of showed me the similarities between traditional publishing and also indie publishing, and it kind of personally gave me some insight into some things that I was curious about for myself, and it was just a really interesting conversation with both of them. So as of right now, I have had those 2 conversations. I've also started formatting for a client, because in case you're new to the channel or new to my platform, one of the services that I do offer to indie authors is custom book formatting. It's a flat rate as of the recording of this video. It's $100, and that gets you custom formatting, basically the same thing that I did with We Are the Origin, I will do for your book. I started formatting for a client, and I also did some revisions for my next project, Project Necromancer. Over the weekend, if you guys have been following me, then you'll know that I have been having a time with this first chapter. Over the weekend, I think I settled on something that I think will truly genuinely be the first chapter. I kind of gave myself some time away from it and came back to it, and I'm still really happy with what I have. So my goal for today is to kind of expand on that before I have to hop on to my next thing, because I am going to be on Margaret's channel for her fireside chats at 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm really excited about that. Margaret's great, and I've been on her channel a couple of times, and if you are not subscribed to her, I highly recommend that you check out her content because she's dope people. We were also in the Stygian collection together, so for sure get into it, get my story, get her story, all of it. Of course, there's a affiliate link down in the description box below, so if you use my link in the description box, then I'll also get a little kickback for sending you their way. But that being said, I am feeling pretty good about a lot of things. Today has been a really good day, and normally I don't talk about like the good things that happen because I am one of those people where I'm just kind of like, I want to accept that good things are meant to happen, but today has been a really good day and really validating in a lot of ways that I don't normally always talk about on the channel. And that is the fact that, as an author, there's always this idea of like, don't read your reviews. You never know what they're going to say, and you don't want that stuff to get in your head. But also, as an indie author, sometimes you kind of want that validation because, for better or for worse, as an author, we do want validation, whether that's through traditional publishing and someone saying, hey, that your writing is good, or whether it's through reviews and readers being like, hey, your writing is good, So that being what it is, one of the things that I try to make clear on my platform is that I am perfectly fine with being tagged in reviews if they are positive. And especially with my ARC reviews, because I want to be able to like share them out with people. And one of the bookstagrammers who I love, I've been following her for a long time, since before I started writing. And I sent her an ARC of We Are the Origin, and she read it and reviewed it. And so I followed up with her and asked like, hey, you want an ARC of, We Are Dying Gods? And she said yes. So this is like one of the first reviews that I've gotten like out in the wild, I'll say, because like obviously I sent her an ARC, but she's not on my street team, she's not in it to like please me. This is just her honest opinion. And the way that she worded her review just filled me with so much validation, so much life, and so much like, oh, I'm definitely doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because, even with all the confidence in the world, there's still moments where you feel like, I don't know if this is it. Like, am I good at this? Am I on the right path? Like, is this the thing that I'm supposed to be doing? Like, maybe I need to like create a plan B, because for me, I don't have a plan B. Like, it's right or nothing. Be an author or nothing. Like, I have no fallback plan, and it's very soothing to the spirit to see that not only is someone enjoying your work, but they are continuing to enjoy it, because it's talked about, but I feel like it's one of those things that's kind of talked about in like hush hush tones. But it's like, writing the second book of a series is really difficult. Not in the sense of creating the story, but in the sense of marketing it, because it's very different than marketing your first book. Your first book is just like anybody can get into it, like anybody can pick it up. But when you're writing a series, specifically a linear series, where it's like, no, to read We Are Dying Gods, you really need to have read We Are the Origin. They go hand in hand. So it's not like you can just be like, oh, I'm just jumping to the series wherever. And so marketing a book like that is a lot more difficult, because you are marketing to an audience that's much smaller. You're marketing to people who have already read the book, and if they haven't, trying to get them to read the first book. And for an unfinished series, because my series is going to be a trilogy, it's even another task, So it's very it's very encouraging when you see a review and it's like, okay, but you did your thing. Because with second books, I often think about the reality of what happened with Tomi Adeyemi's series with Children of Blood and Bone, and then Children of Virtue and Vengeance. And I think about the conversations that I've heard in like reader spaces about how people feel about her second book, and how they feel about her upcoming third book, and what they will and will not do, and so on and so forth. And that's kind of always in the back of my mind. And, it's kind of accepted that, as an author in general, writing your second book is a lot harder than writing your first, because with your first book, you're a wild card. With your second book, people have expectations, and it can be kind of nerve-wracking. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like, okay, but did I manage to capture the lightning in a bottle for the second time? And it's just kind of like, if you can, boom, you have a career. Like, you can keep going. But that second book can like tank an entire career, and it's a little nerve-wracking. It's a little anxiety driving. And to see someone who has never met me, has never really held a conversation with me outside of confirming that I'm going to send her a book, and to also know that, she works within the traditional publishing industry, and that she has this platform of readers, and that she genuinely enjoys fantasy. Like, she's not someone to just be like, oh, I love this book because I love this book. Like, to know, like, she actually reads and thinks about the things that she reads. It's very, I don't know, it's very soothing to the spirit to have her be like, I enjoy this author, and to even be like, I enjoy the second book more than the first one, because that's something that I don't see a whole lot, especially when people enjoy the first book. So it's just like, it's wild, and it's, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words. I feel like I'm rambling, but I need you guys to know that this is like a feeling and an emotion that I'm going through in real time. And when I saw it, it was just like, okay, like I got this, especially with the struggles that I've been facing with this third book in starting this new series with Project Necromancer, and like spending literally all of August writing the same chapter over and over again. It was kind of getting daunting to be like, maybe I just did something that I can't replicate. Maybe We Are the Origin was like a one-off thing and I can't do this again. So to kind of have that doubt silenced, and to have it silenced so like soundly, it's like, okay, that is just the anxiety. That is just the fear. This is not real. Like, I definitely have a talent for this, and it's not just in my head. It's something that other people also recognize in me, and I have to be able to accept that and live in that. And that being what it is, I also, at the time of recording this, I'm running a campaign so that, you know, if you pre-order my book or request my book at your local library, then I will send you the pre-order artwork for We Are Dying Gods in the mail. It's not a huge thing, but it's something that I definitely want to do. So like, if you're reading the book, like if you're getting it at your library and you're reading the book, I want you to be able to see the artwork and have it, you know? So that being what it is, I got an email today that also really just did a number on me emotionally, but like in a good way, because basically the crux of the email was someone saying that they requested both my books at their local library, that they had no idea that they could do that, but once they knew that they could, they went ahead and did it immediately. And they also expressed how they already have multiple editions of We Are the Origin, and that they've already pre-ordered We Are Dying Gods, and they requested at their library just to support. And they ended their email by saying that they enjoy my writing, in that they are going to read everything that I write. And as an author, if you're watching this, I'm sure you can understand like what it means to have a fan, like to have someone be like, I don't care what you write, I'm going to read it. And to kind of get that from two different people in the same day is kind of wild. And I'm like, okay, clearly I needed to hear this message, because, you know, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, I feel like there are always going to be moments of, can I do this, when you're doing something creative. And I don't know, I just want to share this because so much of what I do on my channel is about transparency and about sharing with you guys the reality of this journey, and the reality of like, yeah, I know that I'm good. I know that I'm talented. Like, those are things that objectively I know, but there are still moments of doubt and fear and questioning, and can I really do this? Am I supposed to do this? Especially when you see other people doing it, and you're like, inevitably the brain comes in and it's like, okay, but you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, no. My path, my journey is my path and my journey, and everything for me is happening the way it's meant for me, because as they say, what God has for me, nobody can take away. And I genuinely believe that, and I have to trust this process. And so when I talk to other authors and I'm mentoring them, that's something that I say a lot. You have to trust the process. It is a journey. It's called an author journey for a reason. It's not just a destination. It's not like, okay, you get published, or okay, you get signed to an agent and then boom, that's it. No, it's a journey. And talking to both the authors that I talked to a day, it's like there are ups and downs. And even on the other side of it, no matter which route you go, there are still ups and downs that are scary, and things that you have to deal with and things that you have to face. So it's been a day, you guys. It's been a day. It's been a long day. And it's gonna keep going, but I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's part of the journey, it's part of the process. This is how my day is going. Hopefully you guys are having good days. Let me know for sure in the comments what you think about all of this, how your author journey is going. If you started, if you're in the middle of it, if you're in an up, a down, whatever, just let me know how you guys are doing. As for me, I am going to take a break because I have been in this chair for an exceptionally long time and I will be back in it again later. Ben and I are going to be packing boxes for the release of We Are Dying God so that they can go out on time, and yeah. I'm considering a couple of other options for the book that I will keep you guys updated on. Something that I'm also curious about, and this is just kind of like a throwaway thought, but if you're watching this and you are like wanting the audiobook of book 2, let me know if you would be willing to support a Kickstarter, because I'm considering that. For those of you who don't know, audiobooks are expensive, and I definitely want to be able to have an audiobook for book 2. But it's not necessarily something that I can afford out of pocket. So if that's something that you would be like, yeah, for sure, I got you, let me know, because that might be something that I consider in the later part of the year for book 2. But that being said, I am going to get up out of this chair. I'm going to go get something to eat, because we all know that if I do not take care of myself, I will absolutely not take care of myself. So going to do that, and hopefully I will remember to record while we are packing up boxes, but if not, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye. So here we are later that night packing boxes, and a shout out to Ben, because I was on Margaret's channel this night, and so I will leave a link down to the show below. But while I was being interviewed, he was out here in the kitchen packing boxes. So shout out to him for being a great husband and a great support. Once all the boxes were put together, then there was nothing left to do but actually sign the books. So I started out with the paperbacks, and they are signed. It comes with a bookmark, a sticker, a map, and one piece of pre-order merch if you pre-order the book for me. And I absolutely love sending out pre-order artwork, because one of the things that I absolutely love about my cover artist is that I basically just sent her the book and I was like, hey, whatever scenes speak to you, please make some art for it. And she did exactly that, and she delivered. So I'm excited. Also, for the hardbacks that went into the book box, I did something a little special for you guys. So if you pre-ordered the box, I hope you enjoy it. But if the book was going into a box, then instead of just putting everything in the front like I normally do, I went through and I actually put the artwork with the relevant scenes, so that hopefully whenever someone gets the box, they'll understand that, you know, these pictures go with the book, and hopefully they'll appreciate it and know that this is what I was imagining when I wrote this scene, because like I said, my cover artist absolutely delivered. It was a really great night. It was a long night. I think I estimated that we would be done around midnight, and we were actually done closer to 2 a.m. But this was on Wednesday night, so by Thursday we were able to go to USPS and put everybody's box in the mail. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this particular journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it this far, then please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Leave anything that you want. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my books and my website and the podcast. But that's it. So until next time, you guys, hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye.